Welcome to Across the Desk. My name is Elizabeth Plouffe, and I'm here today with my guest, Wayne Deatter.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is! Yay! Raise the roof!
She feigns excitement really well.
That's why I do podcast and not video, because that would have been really ingenuous if somebody was actually watching me going, really? She's giving him stink eye, too.
Well, that's coming, I
You
suspect.
can't hide stink eye.
Yeah, you can hide it pretty good.
No, I'm
I
not
gave you
good.
stink eye about 4 or 5 times when you were introducing me, actually.
Did you?
You didn't even notice.
Like
See?
ninja stink eye.
Ninja stink eye. my stock and trade.
There you go. That's our new thing. Ninja stink eye. So full disclosure. So Wayne and I have known each other for
2 or 3 years.
yeah, times 10.
God, isn't it crazy?
It is crazy. So 1985?
85. Is that?
Yeah, because you're a year older, right?
Am I?
Year? Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, man. Oh, no, more than that, because Eastview.
Yes, Eastview.
Holy mother of pearl.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's like 35. Yeah.
What year did you start at Eastview?
So Eastview.
People really care about this.
I know. Well, they do sort of, because there's a reason I have you here. So there's I like to be transparent.
I see.
Sort of like Casper.
Yes.
The friendly podcaster.
You like to scare people as well?
I don't have to do this for that. But thank you for that.
Yes.
I always forget about public school because I think I like to forget that I've known people that long.
Yeah, well, there's that, especially as we get older. Like,
that's the gray hair, man. Eastview. When did I start Eastview?
79. 78 for me, so we've known each other since 1979. Isn't that crazy? Yes. We remember 1979.
We do. With my brown and
My
yellow.
wife was born in 1975.
Who's down the hall?
Who's down the hall?
With your 2.5-year-old boy.
With my child. He's probably wreaking havoc in your office right now as we speak.
No, he's kid beeps. We had a conversation.
Yes.
Skinny markers for the desk, fat markers for the whiteboard. I know
should
how
have
to
said
entertain
desk.
you.
You should have said paper.
Yeah,
you have to be much more specific with children.
I do. Eeks. Well, it's all good in the hood.
Yes.
So Wayne's here today. So we were not in touch for many, many years. And it's interesting because I was thinking about you today and Monica Graves, who we just talked about. Mm-hmm. And another shout out for Monica. She'll be thrilled.
Fabulous
she is,
artist.
And I'm wearing my jewelry
and
again.
a great personality, and she loves Xanadu.
She does
Poor
love Xanadu.
thing.
We forgive her for that. She embodies Kira, so it's all good. So Facebook. So we started, and this is one of the values of social media that I know a lot of people view Facebook as a sort of a frivolous use of time, but if you use it strategically, like I don't say yes to everybody who invites me, and I'm sure you don't either.
No.
And my personal Facebook page has my kids, so I'm really, really picky about who I let into that particular world. My business ones, sure, I'm a Facebook whore when it comes to that. Yes. Like me all over. I'm good to go. So we started chatting, and then last year, I have worked previously with, and it's a lot about me right now, but it gets to Wayne, I promise.
She's very interesting, don't worry.
Something. The Halton Small Business Center reached out looking for keynote speakers for their Artists in Business Day. And you immediately came to mind because Wayne Deatter is a kick-ass guitarist who has been playing now for...
since about 1980. So.
Why do I remember you at Eastview? Did you take it up at Eastview?
Yeah, I was playing guitar. I was the guitar man. Eastview was our grade school, by the way.
Yes.
Just to give us a little bit of context.
Posh Oakville.
Posh Oakville.
In Bronte.
I was the guitar man in Bye Bye Birdie.
That's right! Mm-hmm. I was a teenager.
Yes, you were. That's right.
Was.
We were all in Bye Bye Birdie at some point.
Oh my Lord! I don't think we were on stage together. Which
Mark
is maybe
Rodford was Conrad Birdie. Do you remember?
He was. Amy Sellers was, and
Amy Sellers. My goodness.
Andrew Arcand was.
Again, real interesting to you folks, I'm sure.
But it's okay. That's really awesome. Mm-hmm. Totally forgot about that. Anyway,
we were kids once. Do you believe it?
Upon time, and now look at us.
Almost 50.
Shut up. I'm only 45. So, long history with guitar, but what really caught my eye, we'll take it back to Facebook for a second, was the amazing number of gigs and people and whatever. And we're gonna go back to my standard start question in a second, but that I kind of went, holy crap. So if we were to chart a progress, from being the guitar man in Bye Bye Birdie to playing with B.B. King.
I didn't play with him. I opened for him. Let's be careful.
That's not, hey man, you got closer to B.B. King than I ever will. And most
true.
of the, you know, I look at him from afar. So that's really cool. That actually, so we can take that back a bit. Okay, so the Halton Day, sorry, I'm all over the place right now, but you've just given me all kinds of ideas. That's
yes,
why.
I know.
The brain's bursting. So, Halton Small Business, that's when we started chatting a little more. Mm-hmm. So it was you, Monica, and Krista Blondin.
Yes.
All successful artists. Monica with Glam Jewels. Krista Blondin with, she's got 2 bands, but she's a Janis Joplin tribute artist. And then she's got a trio that she's in as well. Mm-hmm. And then what is the name of yours?
I have, like, the thing is I'm a
freelance?
I'm a freelance musician, so I play with...
But there's a main...
Johnny Max is the main band I play with right now. I also have a rock band called the Beat Heathens, which is like a small trio that does pubs and that sort of thing. So
that's what we were talking about before. So you're playing this
Sunday, I'm playing at the...
Which is now yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yes, oh, sorry.
Burlington Center for the Performing Arts.
Get out of town!
Yes, but it's not what you think. It's not like people are paying $30 a ticket to come and watch us. There's a run happening in downtown Burlington.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So what they've done is they've decided that they're going to have entertainment for the runners in between or when they're finished running or their families. So that's us. We're doing one set. There's 3 or 4 bands.
But that's still very cool.
It is. It's great. This is my job. This is what I do for a living. On Sunday afternoon, I'm going to Sunday morning, I'm going to wake up and sound check and then have breakfast with my family and then go play a few songs and
do your thing.
Collect an absurd amount of money and pay some bills.
I was going to burst into song there, but I won't.
Nor will I.
Yeah, well.
I got to get paid for that, you know.
It could happen.
It could. You never know.
I did one with, I did a podcast with Tree Ride from Health Local. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there was a little bit of song in there.
I would have brought a guitar.
We'll do it again.
Yes. Okay. My wife could play too. She's fabulous.
Another podcast.
Indeed.
Today we're going to focus on you.
Yes.
So we're going to take it back. So the one question, and I mean, you know, we could segue forever on the history of Bronte. But, so there's you. So you've got your gorgeous 2.5-year-old son, Jude, who's visiting us today and playing with my monsters and markers and whatever. And thank God I'm immature because there's Minions and Monsters Incorporated.
You do have an inordinate number of toys in your office. I'm a little
concerned
about you.
Okay, so at home,
yes,
I have Groot. Uh-huh. I have more Monsters Incorporated. Good Lord. Have the dude from How to Train Your Dragon, Toothless. I have. But
your kids are far too old for this stuff, so
I didn't buy them for my children.
It's for you.
It's all mine. My nephew thinks I am cool beans, man. I take photos.
Of course, your nephew does, but I think you're probably reverting a little bit. Maybe you should seek some psychiatric assessment just to make sure.
No, you know, Groot just makes me happy. And it's a bobblehead Groot on top of that. So if I'm feeling it, I can just, whack Groot in the head and he digga. So Jude's playing away. So you at 2.5. We'll go a little older because I don't know anybody who can think at 2.5 what they wanted to do with their life later on. But so take me
as
back
early as I can remember.
Sure.
Well,
as long as it's not like dirty or anything.
Look, I'm an artist, a visual artist, and I'm a musician.
Right.
And from the earliest that I can remember, I was interested in drawing and I was interested in music.
Right.
I loved music.
Gotcha.
And it's funny too, as you get with my own kids, I watch them and sort of see them exhibiting that same sort of fascination and interest in it. But yeah, that's really where it was born, I guess. My parents always listened to music. My father played a little bit of guitar. Yeah. All of my uncles played guitar.
Yeah.
So as you're growing,
it's a theater thing.
I guess it is. It was more my mother's side. I didn't grow up with any of my father's side. I grew up with my mother's brothers. And they were all guitar players. Not great guitar players.
But musically
inclined. And they were all musical people. My father was very musical and all his brothers were very musical.
Holy moly.
But, like not professional musical, just musical. They just like to play.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was normal for adults. That's what they did. All adults learn to grow up and play guitar, And
my dad was a tea taster.
For a living?
For a living.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty great way to make a living.
It is, but that's not something that.
So you taste it, you spit it out, you cleanse your palate.
He used to be the, if I remember correctly, he used to be the tea selector for Salada.
Wow.
Yeah, so he'd be like the swish and
But
spitter.
once they had their teas, like, I mean, how much selection do they possibly need?
You'd be surprised how much goes into the blend, but that has nothing to do with this.
Anyway,
but
sorry.
But just interesting parent,
Yes.
right? Because everybody has their perception of.
Yeah.
So now you're getting.
Well, to answer your question, that's what it was born very early on, I guess.
Right.
My interest, certainly.
Do you think so? You just had me had a thought though. So between Brody and Jude, that's Wayne's older son is Brody.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's nature and nurture in there?
Yeah, certainly I do.
So do you think if you hadn't been in that house with all of that influence, would it be still an inherent thing?
I think so. I mean, my wife has I have a stepdaughter too. My wife has a daughter from earlier, and she plays as well.
Yeah.
I think same thing. I think that there's a combination. Both her dad was a musician as well, and my wife's a musician. So I guess it's in her blood as well. But she was surrounded by it. I think it's just a combination of everything. But I think it's probably more nurture, certainly.
Yeah, because if you have the talent, but nowhere to...
It's like Wayne Gretzky said. Like somebody said, what was it like being born with the ability to play hockey? And he said, I wasn't born with the ability. I was born with the desire.
Yes. Oh, did he?
Yes.
Well, look at him being all wise.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
You know.
99. Wise
I'm
man.
telling you. He's I mean, he supports Stephen Harper now, but anyway.
We'll let that go.
Yeah, we
He's
don't.
not
We won't
supporting
get
Trump,
into.
so it's all good.
Well, who knows?
You
We don't know, do we? But anyway, yeah, I think that if you have the desire and you have the right parenting, the right parents, you know, it takes a lot of support too.
So this segues nicely into our Eastview story, so that it wasn't completely wasted. But I know for me anyway at Eastview, one of my big influences, Mr. Blackwell.
Oh, wasn't he great?
Honest to gracious, just
wonderful music teacher.
Wonderful music teacher. And interestingly enough, he became superintendent of education for Halton.
Is that what he's doing now?
I believe so.
He was a principal at
was.
Elementary school when I went to visit him in my 30s. This is what musicians do. They go back and visit their old music teachers.
And for him, because this ties into... So Mr. Blackwell, I could never call him Jeff. That would freak me out. But I ended up having an issue with my son in public school and whatever, and I had to go all the way to the superintendent. He happened to be...
Wow.
Yeah. So luckily there was this, hey, do you remember me? I was in Oliver, Bye Bye Birdie, and Little Abner.
Didn't remember.
Did
he? Okay.
Thanks so much for that. You can't see that, but
you didn't remember me.
Shut the front door.
Swear to you. But anyway,
I'm a lot louder.
Which
than you,
was
though.
really, really disappointing.
Was it?
Yeah, especially as a musician, I'd been thinking about him all those years and went back to visit, and he goes, "I'm sorry, I don't recall." Like,
keeping it. I mean, the man taught thousands of students.
Yeah,
but,
of course. So anyway, yeah,
he could have been faking it for me. Full disclosure. So.
That could very well be, but why wouldn't he fake it for me?
I don't know. Can't help you with that.
No, maybe he just...
We just outed him, so maybe he'll listen to it and he'll feel bad and he'll
Maybe. He's probably looking at me like I'm some drug-addled freak.
Which he doesn't do that stuff.
No,
but anyway.
no.
But because of his passion around music, right? So not only did you have the opportunity at home through all channels of the family, Mr. Blackwell was really passionate about not only teaching kids about music, but getting them to understand the possibilities in music. And I remember sitting in his class, and I still to this day can sing Stairway to Heaven from, beginning to end. And he did another one that was like what the heck was it? I can't remember. It was like a touchy-feely folk song. It was
God, I remember The Devil Went Down to Georgia. We learned
On
that.
the mountain stands a lady.
Oh,
whatever,
yeah. One Tin Soldier.
Thank you.
Yes.
I told you there'd be singing.
Pretty good, huh?
Thank you. Well done. But because of him and the musicals, being in those musicals and having that opportunity, and at the time didn't have a great voice, better now, but they gave me a chance.
Yeah.
Granted I was chorus, but okay. Other than Stupefying Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were there for Little Abner.
No.
Yeah, you didn't miss me. Anyway. Picture 14-year-old me in a gold lame dress up to the, here, with a long black wig. Yeah,
Oh,
my
God.
father just about had a heart attack when I came out on stage.
I'll bet he did.
He's like, so.
I bet you went home and had something other than tea that night.
I had a
couple stiff shots.
Can of whoop ass from, Anyway, I did not. But he paused when I came off stage. Yeah. But it's those two. It's those teachers.
Our girls.
we do.
Us men.
Yeah, with their skin tight. Anyway.
Yes.
I won't tell you why I got the part, but that's another story. But it is those opportunities between, we're talking about the nature and nurture conversation. And on top of that, and I didn't know about the drawing, which is really interesting because Blakelock, when we went to high school, had a pretty good art program that used to allow students opportunities. So were you drawing then?
I was in QE, but yes.
I thought you went to Blakelock.
I did not. I wanted to go to Blakelock so badly. But anyway, yes, I was drawing all through high school. However...
Why am I having that brain fog?
I don't know. It happens.
Anyway, sorry.
Paul Anthony, Mr. Anthony, was the art teacher in Eastview, who was, again, like I had the best...
We've lost him, I think. I think he passed away a few years ago.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. Just FYI. And if you're still alive, Mr. Anthony, forgive me, but I seem to recall hearing that.
He was in the hierarchy of the Halton education system, too. Last I heard from him, we exchanged a few emails about when? 10 years ago.
Yeah, well...
Oh, no.
Well, don't get too sad, because I could be off the
Well, I'm going to
here.
research this as soon as we finish.
But Mr. Anthony was another huge influence.
Huge. Teachers don't have any idea how important their jobs are. And in high school, I had a bad art teacher, two bad art teachers in a row,
really?
Visual art teachers, and I had a great music teacher, but I had faked my way through, because I can't read music to this day, so I faked my way through.
Get out of town.
I swear to God, I went through 3 years of music program in high school, doing everything by ear and faking my way through until I got.
But that just speaks to your talent.
I guess, but it also speaks to my laziness. So it definitely...
Way to self-promote.
Well, I mean, who's not lazy in high school? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
So,
I had other crap going on in high school. So.
Everyone had crap going on. So I got found out. Eventually, they discovered that I was, a fake, a fraud.
You were adaptive.
So I had to drop out. I almost failed high school music, and I almost failed art 2 years in a row, so I had to drop out of art as well. Like, it's... I don't know.
But that's not a predictor, right?
It isn't. But what I'm just sort of more speaking to the importance of having good teachers. When you're being encouraged, I mean, I could have been pretty easily put off at that point. In fact, I was. I ended up going into the workforce and abandoning all that stuff.
Right.
Out of high school. So.
But, having said that, if both of us have remembered both of those teachers, Mr. Anthony and Mr. Blackwell, very fondly.
Yes.
So, yes, some of them suck, but... Luckily, we have other ones that are passionate and see the nature. Somebody saw something in you, an inherent skill, ability, desire, passion, what have you. And you've now managed to parlay that over the last 30 years into a variety of gigs. So, and Wayne and I were talking beforehand. I mean, you're so busy that you have to basically turn away work. So regardless of that, look how many, you've managed to take your experience.
Yeah.
Because Wayne not only is a very talented and sought-after musician, but you also do...
Visual arts, primarily goalie masks, which is
how do you
crazy.
But you don't, this isn't like you slapping tape on them. Like, these things are phenomenal. So... Well, Jude is probably drawing better than I can right now. I'm a huge fan of stick figures because you do this amazing airbrushing that just transforms these hockey masks into works of art. I'm
very fortunate that I have this, whatever it is, this ability to do it. I mean, it certainly wasn't, it didn't fall out of a tree and land in my pocket. I worked at it. Yeah. And learned the hard way too. I mean, I didn't educate myself. By going to school, I educated myself in the school of hard knocks. So it's been a long journey to get here, but yeah, I think that my work speaks for itself, and I love what I do, certainly. But yeah, visual arts is, if you love it enough, then you're going to be good at it, I think. I think you'd be surprised because I had a friend in high school, Tammy, who was a phenomenal artist. I mean, her stuff,
And she actually did go to Blakelock, so, you know, I actually know this one. And just an incredible artist.
Right.
I mean, she can put her hand to anything and make it happen. And that didn't end up becoming a part of her life, although it seemed to, during high school anyway, to all intents and purposes, be something that she would have been able to absolutely
Well, you know as well as I do,
pursue.
if you're going to do something like that, you have to be brave and...
Yeah, no, very true. And that came up during the Halton Small Business Day. That was a common theme between yourself, Krista, and Monica.
Guts.
It does, man. It's blood and guts and putting it out there.
You've done it too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You have to take your assets and use them, right?
Yeah, that's how I got the part in Little Abner. No casting couch.
Not those assets.
Yeah, well,
exactly, but
full
you know,
disclosure, it wasn't my singing voice. It's my ability to wear a gold lame.
much to Dad's chagrin.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, I mean, I would say I don't know. You know, enough said about it. Really, you know, it's taking what you love and parlaying it into. I mean, like, look, I got out of high school and became a diesel mechanic.
That's what I was just going to ask. So, because you had a segue.
Your friend her trajectory is not much different than mine. It's
Yeah.
just that, like, I almost had a nervous breakdown after a number of years. I was a diesel mechanic. Then I ended up, because I didn't like that very much. I was very dirty all the time.
Yeah.
And on a shift of 10 guys, there was only 2 of us with all of our fingers.
Ew.
And I said, because you're working on heavy equipment.
My husband's a millwright, so I'm waiting for a digit to go missing.
I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
frightening. So
Yeah.
I said, that's it. I got to get out of this. I lasted about a year and a half. And the guy in the parts department always seemed to be sitting in the air conditioning with his feet up on the desk and on the phone all day. And I said, that looks like a great way to make a living. So I ended up going into automotive parts and doing that. I mean, I was a real prodigy. By 23, I was a manager.
Yeah.
I'd taken their sales from $30,000 a month to $150,000 a month
Well
within a few
done.
months. I was crazy.
Yeah.
But then I almost had a nervous breakdown at 28 because I was trying to play music at the same time and still trying to squeeze a little art in there and all that stuff.
So you're
and
fighting against who you were.
Of course, 100% I was. And I worry about your friend because she's probably still fighting against who she really is. Joni Mitchell said that her mother, or her grandmother, she watched her grandmother rip the kitchen door off their house because she was so frustrated that she didn't actually become an artist. She was a housewife.
Full disclosure. 10 years ago, did something similar.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I was fed up and stuck and whatever, and I didn't rip it off, but I slammed the door. I'm not a violent person, but I slammed the door so hard I cracked it in half.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, never to cross you.
I don't do that with people. Inanimate objects, that's a different
What
story.
was the impetus for this reaction? What happened?
Similar. I just was not doing
What you should
what
be
I
doing.
should have been doing, and it's interesting that you say that because you're one of those people. And I said this to Monica as well because I hear your story, and you were one of those people in public school, and and knew of and with, and that I would have been like, that's one of the cool people. And that's, Honest Engine, Honest Engine. I thought they are gonna kick ass and take names.
Boy, it's a good thing you didn't follow me around in high school.
Yeah.
The misfit that I was.
Yeah, so was I though.
Yeah,
I
guess.
never.
Everybody's a misfit in high school. It's such an unfair time.
The interesting thing is, though, those of us who perceive ourselves as misfits assume that everybody else has their crap together, and that we're the only misfit. And I don't know if you felt that way,
No,
but
of course.
So Monica, cool beans, popular, pretty, like all these things. I'm like, oh man, she's got her crap together. She and I are talking 35 years later. She's like, no! Didn't even know where I put my crap. Never mind having it together. You would have been one of those people that I would have thought would have been totally on your track.
I'm a Leo. I have a huge ego. So that kind of gets
But you're
us...
so self-deprecating.
That gets us by. Well, self-deprecation is all part of the ego. You're trying to feed your ego by, putting the negative stuff out there and see if people go, no, you're great. Really, you're
Oh,
great.
I never thought about it like that.
It's all just a psychological game, really.
So, and you're telling me that I need psychiatric intervention?
Hey, man, you said full disclosure. It's my turn. So
basically, we'll create a peer-to-peer of crazy people.
Yes.
And we'll just all come together and form a mutual admiration society.
Business owners are all nuts.
I think you have to be. Like, honestly, if you're sane and running your own business, I need to know your secret.
Look, my business is way easier than yours. I don't have brick and mortar. I don't have to worry about that stuff. You know, I show up with something on my back and do my gig, unless it's painting, which, I do in the basement. Yeah,
don't bring that on your back. Yeah.
You know, but I have done murals, so you show up with some equipment, you paint some pictures, and then you go home. So
then I'm going to take that piece and we'll go back to diesel mechanic, because you've had it's interesting because it's been very divergent. Like, having said that, diesel mechanic is still hands-on, so there must have been something in that capacity that appealed, because what you do is very tactile, and being a mechanic is a very tactile, visual, kinesthetic activity. So I can understand from that perspective why that path would have appealed as an alternate to the artistic.
It was more about gratification, being able to step back. For one thing, if something comes in and it won't start, solving that problem and seeing it drive out, and knowing that you were the one who solved that mechanical problem, whatever it happened to be.
Soothes that Leo ego.
Yeah, it does. And there's this sense of gratification. When I worked in the parts department, when I would hit these milestones for sales, it would be great because you get the monetary reward because I was on a bonus structure. But the problem was, like, I got more satisfaction sweeping the floor and seeing what the floor looked like in the parts department than I did
That's not a problem. That's just...
But it is a problem in so much as my job didn't give me any gratification.
Fair. Yes.
And that's where I was at. And that's what really bothered me. And that's why I got out of it. And then I had to get back in because fiscally I was in ruins.
So 28, you said that was the end of the parts manager.
Yes.
Right. So that's 20 years ago.
Good Lord. And then
sorry to give you that time.
I moved to Toronto. I became a full-time musician. And I starved. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. Over the next 2 or 3 years, I just burned through every bit of credit I had and everything because, musicians typically around here would go to college or university.
Right.
Usually Mohawk or
Sheridan's got a pretty wicked music program.
Sheridan's good, but everyone goes to Humber. Humber's the big one. So I couldn't afford that, and nor was I really interested. I didn't really have the attention span, so I just superseded all that and just cut my chops making $20 at a gig in Toronto.
Right.
And did that 5 nights a week or whatever. And that worked. That got me to be a better musician. It got my name out there. It got my foot in the door in that scene. And then I went back to work because I was indebted up to my eyeballs.
So what did you go back into then?
Parts again. But this time I wasn't in a managerial position.
Right.
I said, I can't take that stress. I just need to, get my
some steady income.
Yeah, something to get my feet back on the ground. And eventually I did get a job offer for an assistant manager position, which was really like a managerial position. And I went and took it because I thought, well, this is working out. And then I started playing with an artist who was touring constantly.
Right.
And I'd used up all this advanced vacation time. And
so then you had to kind of fish or cut bait.
They came into the office and said, you have to make a decision soon because we're not letting you. I was 4 years in advance in my vacations.
Oh, shit.
And they were talking about doing another 3-week tour out west. And I said, okay, well. So I left. I was 36 or 37, I think.
So this is pre-Angie,
I was with Angie, but pre-children, certainly.
Yeah. And that's a huge decider, too, because now you've gone through this journey where you've tried the... I'm using air quotes for the corporate world and the normal employee role. And I've gone through that myself, which is why I am where I am now, because I always get in trouble as an employee. I'm a good worker, but I always get in. I'm that. I don't even know how else to explain it. My husband says, you're not a good employee. And I said, why? And he said, because you always have to give 150%.
Yeah.
You can't just do the 80% that the vast majority of the populace does. And I said, well, what's wrong with that? And he's like, because you make the 80%ers look bad.
It's true.
And I'm like, it's not. And I never, ever go into a work situation with that intent. I'm never there to take anybody else's job. I'm always there to build and leave the position better than when I found it. I was mentioning this during my interview with Laurel. And that's one of the reasons I think you said entrepreneurs have to be crazy. But I did what you did, where working for other people drove me to the edge. Because I'm like, I was fighting against...
What was the pivot point for you?
Getting fired.
They fired you. Why did they fire you?
Because I wouldn't say yes. Because I was being asked... actually, this happened a couple of times. I was being asked to say yes to things that went against my being.
It's funny. One consistent thing I've noticed is that there's not a lot of complacency in the workplace amongst people who eventually become business owners or self-employed, because they have their own ideas.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I was in the automotive.
I'm not a good sheep, so.
I was in the automotive sector, which is, look, all due respect to people in the automotive sector, really great people. Yeah. And I worked with really, really great people. They were really wonderful. I worked at one particular dealership where it was all Portuguese and Italians and Maltese people, and they were the most friendly people and very,
best
very
food.
Best food, so family oriented, and we all took such good care of each other. But look, we're not dealing with A, the most articulate people in the world, B, the calmest people. These people are, I mean, you know, we're talking about mechanics who are struggling to make a living and
volatile.
Volatile personalities, and also just really a lot of, I had to write a lot of letters for people. I was a fish out of water.
Yeah.
I did not fit in, as I'm sure you did not.
And I'm discovering that now. Yeah.
Yeah, but as you get further along in your field, you start to realize, like, what it was for me. My last year at the dealership, I'd sold $1.3 million profit.
Holy doodle.
Profit. And I think they paid me about $43,000.
Huh?
And my boss had a beautiful oak office, and he had 2 cottages, and he had a Winnebago, and he had 2 homes in Oakville, and he'd paid for both of his sons' houses. And
so you were having a whiskey tango foxtrot moment?
I was looking around thinking, well, if I'm capable of making this guy that much money, what am I capable of doing for myself?
Yes. Yeah.
And that was really I think that everybody who entertains the idea of going into business for themselves or hates their job should take these things into consideration. If you're able to do something for someone else, you can certainly do it for yourself. That was my thought.
It's the step, and it took me 6 months working with after the incident. It was interesting because there was an attempt to fire me, but I had already written my letters of resignation. So it ended up, and I won't disclose the whole thing, but it ended up being a great day, simply for the fact that it ended on my terms. Mm-hmm. And because I won't get into it, but that part was good. The challenge was, did I want to put myself in that position again?
Right.
And hello.
It's live, folks. It's really exciting stuff.
I'm sorry. That's my cell phone vibrating like a mad thing. So I worked with this coach with initially the goal of becoming an employee again. And because at the time I was shattered and did not believe, the vibration is over, did not believe that I could be an entrepreneur. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Because what I see, I mean,
This is 2 years later, keep in mind.
I know.
There's been a bit of growth.
I know, but still, like, I can't even imagine you being that sort of a...
Shattered, man.
Well, that's what happens.
Shattered. Have you ever seen, and it's a chick flick, but it's called The Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood. Yes. So there's a point where the mother figure, Ellen, I can see her face, Sandra Bullock's mother, talks about the time where she dropped her basket. And I took that phrase and I use it all the time to describe that point in your mental journey where, because of what had happened and a variety of things that came together, I dropped my basket. And it took working with a business coach, Peter Graves, 4 months to sort of recover from dropping my basket. And I went, okay.
Isn't it crazy the emotional strain a loss of a job or a stressful job can put you under?
Yeah, and I didn't expect that. I'm not really a sit down and take it kind of girl. And I was actually shocked by how long it took me to properly recover and be in a position to move forward.
Wow.
And that actually was my pivot point. I'm like, you know what? I don't ever want to be in a position again where somebody else has that much power over me.
Yeah.
And I love working with people. I love working as part of teams. I love taking somebody from a whiskey tango foxtrot moment to I get it, or taking them from the point where they thought a tool that they couldn't use it. Something as simple as Twitter. You know, we were having a conversation before about LinkedIn, and then I was telling you about Behance and how those two could work together and what that can do for your, you know. I love doing that.
Yeah.
I decided that it was time for me to start figuring out how to run the show.
Now, when you decided, now I'm asking you questions. When
How
you
about
decided to go into the
So we got about 10
entrepreneurial,
minutes and then we're gonna...
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could go on more, but
When you got into the entrepreneurial end of things, how was the reaction of your husband, say?
I have, bar none, the most phenomenal husband ever.
And I wanted to touch on that because that was the same thing with me. I think my pivotal point was quitting the dealerships for a second time and permanently.
Yes.
And my wife was instrumental in that. She wasn't my wife at the time, but she was very supportive. She said,
And
"You
I
just
saw on
have to do
Facebook
it."
when you guys got married.
Isn't it crazy?
It was so nice.
Finally, we got married. Yes, but I think that was the point. And you do need. There's a whole bunch of things you have to have in place. The support network, and also the internal support. You have to be confident in what you're doing. And
just had that today.
what do you mean?
Yeah. See, so. Well, full disclosure, I'm getting stinky eyeball from you, but that's okay.
No, I'm curious.
Yeah, no, honestly, I just had that complete pivot point today in the value of my skills and getting paid and all those kinds of not going to take it anymore. I don't even know how else to do like that. You know that Mary Tyler Moore, Dating Myself, where she throws her hat up in the air? Yeah. So today I said yes. I phoned a friend of mine and I said she's a new entrepreneur as well, and I said I got a tool for you. I'm always one, if I discover something that has worked for me or is profound in some way, I know there's somebody that can benefit by it. I've never been one to keep that kind of stuff to myself. I don't see any point in that. So I called her up. I said, "You got a second?" She said, "Yeah." So we ended up chatting, and I said, "I've got something for you to try." I said, "I want you to write down, this is the shortened version of the conversation. Basically, write down what you'd like to say yes to, and then just stand there and say yes." Because I've been going through a bit of a rocky iteration with this, one of my businesses, and this morning I'm getting ready to go, I'm getting ready to come here, and I just looked in the mirror and I said yes. I said yes. I had like a Tourette's moment of yeses. Honestly, it was like, yesity, yes, 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 yes.
That's a better word to have a Tourette's moment with.
Yes, we won't talk about the other one, but because that can happen too with me. I have a bit of a potty mouth.
Oh, goodness, me too.
Yeah, I know.
My father was a truck driver. And I worked in the automotive business.
So you can't help but not.
Goodness me, no.
Yeah, but in communications, not really.
I have a couple little kids. I've learned to scale it back a little.
Well, we'll share a parenting story after, because I did not.
Well, look, I'm not innocent.
No. Well, we'll share that after. So you asked before, why am I doing this? Why am I doing podcasts? Why am I doing whatever? Part of it is because I know I'm not the only one going through this journey. And every time somebody sits down in the chair with me, I have an aha moment, and so do they, about the fact that they're not alone. We've all gone through the, teachers that don't get us. We've gone through, trying to be an employee, not trying to be an employee, trying to build whatever. And we've all gone through that time in high school where we thought, Wayne DeAdder is like, he's cool beans, man, and he's going to, take over the world. And Monica Graves, she's just going to be fantastic. And meanwhile, there they are thinking they're geeks too. I'm like, huh. So that's why I do this.
Interesting.
It's
so
because
that you can let other people know that there's
hope. And I mean, that sounds a bit fuzzy, and I'm not a particularly fuzzy person, but I know there are tools that will help people on their journey.
I have a friend who I airbrush with quite frequently, and I play in bands with. We've been friends for a very long time, and he's quite successful. He's a caricature artist.
Ooh, that's fun.
He's really great. He's
What's his
really,
name?
really great. His name is Bob Sherwood, cartoonbob.com or .ca, I can't remember. But he often gives me all kinds of advice because he's been self-employed his entire life. He doesn't know anything else. And he's a real character.
Yeah.
And he gets by on his personality. He's got this gregarious, he's a really big personality, and he's got a big, deep voice and talks very... And he often tells me things about, just maintaining your composure within the context of the work or being self-employed. Right. But he says, for one thing, be a shark. Don't stop swimming. Sharks are always swimming. Yeah. But he said something that's really profound, simple but profound. The money is out there. You just have to go and get it.
That's why I said,
it's not that
yes
hard.
This morning. So, true story. I said yes. Shared this with my friend, who I know needed that tool at that time. There's somebody else I'm going to talk to about it as well. And within 15 minutes, 3 different revenue opportunities came up.
See?
I just about had a...
That's what happens.
Wisco Tangy Foxtrot moment. I'm not talking about the Tina Fey movie. This is an opportunity to, use that Tourette's word without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's why I do this.
Interesting.
That's the main driver.
Well, hopefully somebody can take away something from this. I don't know what specifically, but...
Well, we're going to get to that because we're going to...
Ask one of the questions that we've decided
we're going to ask. So, scary thing. Without you knowing, Mr. Man...
You snuck them in.
We've covered it.
Yes, I know.
So we're good. But what we're going to semi-wrap up with is, as a multi-talented artist, you have a variety of clients that end up using your services. Right, so you have a situation like we talked about for your music, where you're hired to do specific gigs or whatever, or you get hired out to be part of somebody's band. Yeah. Do you play main guitar or bass or
both?
Both. Look at you. I can't stroke.
Don't be that impressed.
I honestly can't play a ukulele, so yeah, to me it's like, oh my god.
Neither can I.
Yeah, but you can pick up a big ukulele and make the magic, right? And then you have your airbrushing business, because you don't just do hockey masks with the airbrushing.
No, I do. Shave a cat and I'll paint it. Whatever you want.
Mr. Ugglesworth or whatever his name is. Mr. Bigglesworth.
At Christmas time, we do Christmas windows at Tim Hortons and
really?
A bunch of Tim Hortons. Usually about 40 or 50 a year.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's all kinds of opportunities out there.
I'm assuming that's then washable.
Yeah. Just spray it with Windex and off it comes. When the season's over.
Yes.
I do wall murals. I do cars, motorcycles. I've done commission pieces like pencil drawings and...
What's a pencil drawing?
Like if you want a portrait of your dog or your son or your car, I can do a drawing of it.
Really?
Yes, I do everything. Look, I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm a shark.
If I can do it, I'll do it. This is one thing I have learned. Don't say no to anything. Nothing.
We'll be open to,
Be open to anything. I mean, I fix houses when I'm really slow.
Yeah.
And
you were just saying though, which is interesting, because you're not slow. You're crazy busy.
I am very busy, very very busy. In fact, I turned down some gigs recently because I've had some health issues. That I could have probably done the gigs, but I don't know. I just wanted to try and have a little more me time. Yeah. And I was in a position to do so I did that.
So how long did it take you? And we're going to not finish on this piece, but jump to the last question. Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to get to the point where you were able to say no to work?
Well, the reason I'm able to say no to work is because I just so happen to be at a moment where work is flush. Right. Being self-employed is like anything. There's slow times, there's busy times. Really, you're supposed to make hay when the sun shines. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I just don't feel like making hay. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Would you say it took about 5 years to get to that point?
I would say, well, look, I've been doing this, playing music professionally. The first time I got paid to play music, I was 13. Right. So, the journey hasn't stopped. Right. It is the journey, it's not the destination. Right. Getting
Look
here...
Look at you coming out with the bon mots.
But you know how it is. You don't... I don't think that I've really even mastered what I'm doing yet. I don't think I've actually gotten to the point where I quite understand it or know it, because it's so fluid and
Wouldn't you hate to master it though? I'd hate to master it.
Well, mastering it, I'm talking more from a business perspective. What I'm saying is, particularly with music, and I discussed this a little bit more at length at the keynote thing. Music is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
The means of earning money in music is constantly evolving.
Right.
By that I mean, since I've been a musician, you could generate income by selling records, tapes, CDs, online. That's 4 different mediums in one career.
Yeah.
So now with online sales, your potential to earn is so small. Like, what you used to do is go on the road with T-shirts and CDs and sell them, and that's how you made money as a musician. Now, not so much. You can't sell CDs. Nobody wants CDs. What do I want this for?
Yeah.
So you have to be constantly evolving in the way you're thinking. So I don't think I've quite mastered it. It's every day is a learning process. Like, okay, now no bar server booking bans because there's not a whole lot of disposable income out there right now. So
which is coming back up, apparently.
It
We're
is,
on the upswing.
but budgets have been slashed for entertainment, understandably so. So what they've done is they've taken the budget that they would ordinarily have for a band, they've cut it in half, and now they have duos or singles.
So that works
so that's
for your
what
trio.
I do.
Yeah.
You know, I have a trio, or I can bring my wife and we can do a gig, or I can go by myself. I'm capable of all of it right now. So you sort of adapt as you go.
Right.
And usually I'm a little behind that curve, but everyone is, I think, you know. You just sort of have to keep yourself out there and be aware of what's going on. But I don't think I've come close to mastering anything, certainly. And from a playing perspective, you're never good enough, you know.
There's always new opportunities.
Always. There's always an opportunity to learn or to earn or to, you know, do something.
Maybe that'll be the new motto.
You know, it's like
learn and earn.
Learn. Well, here and like even something like a keynote address, which you asked me to do, which we were very kind to ask me to do. It was a bucket of nerves.
Which shocks me because you're so talented.
Yeah,
why would you be nervous about talking?
Because it's completely a different context to what I'm used to. Everyone says, "Well, you're standing on stage." Yeah, well, stage is a little different when you're singing a song or you're holding a guitar. But that being said, I'm so grateful that I got an opportunity to do it. I had an absolute blast doing it.
You did a great job.
And now if something like that arises again, I can certainly walk into it with a lot more confidence, knowing that it was easy and not easy, but it was not something that was difficult.
You didn't burst into flames.
No, I didn't. I didn't think I would. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a little bit of nerves.
Story of my life.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
You know?
If you don't have balls, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, have some nerve. It's great.
Chutzpah. That sounds better than the other word.
Yeah.
So the last one, to wrap it all together. So we know that you work with, you have your trio, and like you were just saying the Burlington Performing Arts Center, is a client. And then you have your airbrushing, which is a different client base. So because we know what the experience would be with somebody, I would think, from a musical perspective. But from an airbrushing client's perspective, what could they see as an outcome from working with you?
Well, this gets back to the gratification thing. I mean, it's an art. I take it very, very seriously. Yeah. It's very personal to me. And every single one of those masks, not every single one, but a lot of them are really hard to let go of. Because, I spend a lot of time with them. Yeah. Locked alone in a room with them for a great period of time. So I think the main thing that people get from what I do is, true dedication to what I'm doing. I really do love it, and I'm going to put everything I have into it. It's, my art, so I'm going to take it very seriously. So when I hand you a goalie mask that I've painted, I'm not just handing you, something that we set in. Yeah, it's a piece of me. And also, I live vicariously. That's my son. I live vicariously through these masks because I don't actually play hockey. I can barely skate. Yeah. And I love hockey, so it gets me on the ice in some sort of strange way. So I think that what they can expect is clients can expect professionalism and, of course, all that stuff that goes hand in hand with being a business owner. But, it's not like getting someone to come and fix your car. It's somebody who's really doing something that's very personal to them for you.
Yes.
With your specifications, which I also love. I love that challenge. Listen, I want to have Spider-Man climbing up an igloo, and I want him to be throwing a puck when he gets to like that sort of stuff. And I have to sort of conceptualize it and get it in my brain and make it happen.
See, me as a cake, I do cake decoration.
Yes, same thing.
It is, and it's interesting because quite a few years ago, my friend Stephanie said to me, like, don't you find it disheartening that you know what you're creating is going to disappear? And that bummed me out, Stephanie, thanks, for a little while. Friends since we were 9, so, we're cool.
That's what friends are for.
I know. But what she did get me to realize was the value of what I was providing, because I do custom cakes for people, and it's to their specifications and whatever. And it's going to make me cry, but I did her mom's, I believe her last birthday cake.
Oh, God.
And I did it as it looked like a birthday present. So I did fondant ribbons going all over the place and all this kind of stuff. And Sharon Bennett was my second mom for many, many years. So it was an honor for me to be able to do that for her, knowing at the time she was gravely ill, and this would probably be the last birthday celebration that she would have. And she wrote on Facebook, she was 65, I want to say, "This is the most beautiful birthday cake I've ever had in my life." Brought me to my knees. And I thought about what Stephanie had said, and she's right. When I hand the cake over, there is that moment where I'm like, "Oh, nice to see you." I hope you. But that moment where the client says, "You can," it's all good. You can. It was exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Just cool.
Well, I hand my masks to little kids primarily, and to see their faces, and
doesn't it?
I'm telling you,
it just makes it all. And that's so. When you ask about the pivot point and entrepreneurship and all of that, we'll wrap up on that note. Is I think what I'm hearing for the two of us is that's the grab, is that you are handing a piece of your soul, and I don't mean this in like a woohoo way, and your soul never diminishes because of it. It gets bigger because you're helping people realize their dreams artistically, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what drives me more than anything. When it comes to the end of the day, why I do what I do, why I'm trying to continue to do what I do, that's why.
You're very fabulous at what you do too. You're very.
Well, thank you.
You take hold. You're very proactive, and I applaud you. This is a great thing you have going. It's a great idea.
Thank you. Certainly. I appreciate that. So we're sitting in at my office, Canada, by the way.
Yes.
We're in the training room.
We're in the training room currently.
We are in the training room. I want to do something. So we're like way over time here.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Go grab Jude.
Oh yes?
Yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second.
So we're gonna pause for station identification. Here we go. So we're gonna wrap up because we have a little guest.
Say hello.
You say hi.
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 Hi. What's your name?
Jude.
Jude. Do you think you might have been named after a song just a little bit there? Or?
How old are you?
How many fingers? All of those?
Yes.
No.
Are you sure?
How old are you? How old are you?
Show you can't see this, but we're having a moment.
Day.
You're 10.
No, day.
You're a day? You're pretty big for a day.
Jude.
How many is that?
Day.
Day. I got it. How many are those?
How many fingers?
Because for those in the audience, I'm
I
holding up.
got all of them.
You do have all of them.
Yes.
Do you know how many I'm holding up? I'm holding up 2.
Are you 2?
Because Jude is 2.5.
Yes.
And
I'm 2 years old.
You are 2 years old, which is very cool. Yeah. Did you have fun drawing? Because you know what we've been talking about with Daddy?
Yes.
What have we been talking about?
I don't know.
You don't know? Quite frankly, sweetheart, I think at this point, Daddy and I don't know either. But we've been talking about how important art is. You sing.
Do you want to sing?
You got 2 seconds.
No.
No?
No, not
You'll
gonna
let that go? We've been talking about how amazing you are going to sing. Being in art is.
Wait a minute.
What's that? I'm going to take some pictures. You don't
I
know
have
that.
an idea.
Do
you have
you?
an idea? Good.
Share me your idea.
Maybe you can be an entrepreneur.
Although, as we've discussed, talk away, buddy. Make the magic.
Yes, well, there you go. He doesn't
To
have
make buzzing noises.
What song are you going to sing, Juno?
Welcome, Angie.
my wife Angie.
We got like 2 minutes, buddy.
All right, that's it. That's all he's
Your
got.
musical is done.
I guess
But
so.
Jude has drawn me a beautiful picture, which we're going to...
No.
The song about 10 fingers.
Two of them.
2
You
hands.
have 2 of those.
Do you?
Boop, boop.
Okay, can you say goodbye? Thank you for listening.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening.
Say thank you for listening.
Can you say it in a really... You're allowed to shout it.
Say thank you for listening.
Really big voice. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
You are here, so thanks everybody for listening. This is Elizabeth Plouffe with Across the Desk and my guest Wayne Deatter. Oh, website.
Oh, airplayart.com.
And we will put that up.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No?
No.
I promise you.
No.
It is.
No.
You sure?
Oh,
No.
you mean
All
that
right.
it's
No.
down? Did you check it?
No.
All right. Thanks everybody.
No.
Bye, everyone.